79 years ago, the eighth wonder of the modern world disappeared. As part of Operation Barbarossa, cultural treasures of the conquered nation were stolen by the Nazis. One such treasure was the Amber Room, which was plundered in October of 1941. But to understand the history of that room, we'll have to look far back, all the way to 1701. That year, Frederick I of Prussia had commissioned a decorative room for his castle. This was far from the first of his money-burning enterprises. His son had little use for them, and so he sold the art and gave the room as a gift to Tsar Peter the Great, a gesture meant to secure an alliance with Russia. Centuries later, it would be stolen from there by the Nazis. While the city burned, they took it apart in just 36 hours and transported it to Königsberg, where it was reassembled. The castle was bombed in 1944. No traces of the room or its remains could be found once the war had ended. Its centuries-long history had come to an unfortunate end. Or has it? What if the Soviets secretly did find it and just lied about it? Or what if the Nazis had managed to save it? And what if some theories are just too good to be true? One possible theory about the fate of the Amber Room claims that the Soviets did find it intact and have since then kept it in some basement of a Moscow museum. While this does sound far-fetched, there actually is some precedent. The Priam treasure, which was also thought to be lost after the end of World War II. That was until one museum director accidentally let slip that the Soviets had captured it during the Battle for Berlin and stored it in Moscow ever since. However, this theory is implausible for several reasons. First being that the Amber Room has since been fully reconstructed at great financial cost. Why bother with that if you have the original still in storage? More importantly, unlike the Priam's treasure, the Amber Room was actually Russian property, so unlike some of Russia's more unreasonable demands, there would have been little resistance. A different theory claims that the Nazis had managed to save the room before the city was captured. This is supported by eyewitness testimony claiming that they saw soldiers load several heavy crates onto trucks in early 1945. The room would then have been transported by either ship or train to a mineshaft or similar and hidden away there. While this is indeed slightly more plausible than some of the other theories, it remains highly unlikely as the Nazis had far bigger problems at this point in the war. The most likely fate for the Amber Room is unfortunately that it burned to ashes during the bombing. At this point in the war, a timely rescue would have been nearly impossible on a logistical level alone. 6 metric tons of amber also can't be moved on short notice, within the few minutes before the British bombing run. One reason above all speaks for this theory, however: amber burns quite well. The definitive fate of the Amber Room will probably remain unknown for the foreseeable future. One question remains though: why care? Over 70 million people died during World War II, so why care about some room? Sure, it looked nice, but is that really reason enough to keep looking for it almost 80 years later? Part of this fascination almost certainly comes from the fact that its fate can't be proven one way or another. So the mystery can remain alive, and with it promises of fame and glory for whoever finds the long lost treasure. That bits and pieces of it keep reappearing from time to time, and there continue to be people claiming that they are just about to find it also helps. But most important for the continued fascination surrounding the room is probably its reputation as the eighth wonder of the modern world, one that existed until just recently, where it too became just another victim of the Nazis' war of annihilation.